Money is coming to me. Money keeps coming to me. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me. Money keeps coming to me. Money is coming to me. Money keeps coming to me. Money is coming to me. I can just feel it, and I believe. Money keeps coming to me. It's coming to me now, and I'm not worried about how. Oh yeah, money is coming to me. Come on, come on, come on. The universe is working for me, working and working. I can just feel it, and I believe it's working for me now. And I'm not worried about how. Money is coming to me.
That's my song. Nah, just effing with you. But peace though is the 8th of the ninth month in the year of 2013, and the time is 12:15 p.m. Pacific Standard. Was gonna go outside, but decided to do something a little bit different today, which is to go ahead and watch me some football since it's me month. And maybe in a little while I'll go ahead and head out and take care of some business. But for right now, we just chilling. Start off with the count, symbolic of the month number 9, but had to make an adjustment because I was short a 1 to get this actual 9 count. So that's 5, 6, 7, because that's a 2, throw up the deuces, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Once again, that's symbolic. We do what works. And that's the moral of this story for today's post. There's so much we could talk about on this particular subject, but time is money. So we're going to go ahead and keep it short and conserve time. This week has been a really productive week, and that leads to the growing notion that less time spent on the internet, unplugging, is really a good thing. I really don't have too much of a problem doing it, but they actually have developed courses that help people to unplug, especially true with the phones. Cut the phone out, cut the computer out, cut social media out, and just go out and see what the game has in store for you. But this month has been, this month, but actually started with this week, has been very productive. Had some good meetings with some people that I haven't seen in a while, and just getting back to face conversation. And online, kind of good results too. I haven't spent too much time on here, as you can tell. No Facebook fast. Did a couple posts on Twitter just to see what we can make happen. They offering some new applications to be able to help serve your needs better. But this is me month, and that's the particular subject for today. What's in it for me and mines? Interestingly enough, I find a slight hesitation sometimes to say the word me because I'm not a me type person. I'm not of the me generation, but in reverse, I think a lot of people from the me generation that I'm seeing on the internet probably have a hard time saying what's in it for you, meaning what are they offering. So to balance out the force, I got to take matters into my own hands and say, well, yeah, that's what's in it for you. Now, what's in it for me and mine? The difference is bringing something to the table. So I guess we should say a little bit. I can put a little time barrier since it's me month. Get this out the way. Already almost at 5 minutes. Get this out the way. Go on and check out some football. One investment that I did make, and this was last year, was on this book. It's called People Making by Virginia Satir. If you can find it somewhere, pick it up. It's people making. I got it at the $2 bookstore. I got it for $1 because actually that was the year before last. I got it for $1, and the book is pretty much the most comprehensive information that I've read in regards to development of self, and the language that the lady uses. It's like a lady that I guess deals with children on a regular basis, and I guess that for the most part is said to be where it's formed. But since this is people making, and this is pimphop.com, and we're talking about self analysis and self interest, self resolution, self actualization, self realization, self reliance. This is in regards to self making. So the book really helps me out a lot in regards to the initiatives of being self made. So that's what this post is really all about. What's in it for me and mine? Sometimes, although I'm hesitant to say that word, make no apologies, got to focus in on it. What I've also learned this week is that sometimes if you give a person something that you find valuable and they don't really seem to appreciate it, it's generally because, I guess what the experts say, the person doesn't really feel like they deserve it, and they'll lose respect for it and you if you give it to them and they don't really deserve it. There's many people in the world that I think I've said before really want what they can't have, because if they can have it, well, it must mean that it's not worth much. They've gone a long enough time and gotten accustomed to not really having what they want or what they need or what they feel is best, because there's something blocking them in regards to them feeling like they deserve it. But that's some psychological mumbo jumbo. I just keep it simple and say, take my mind off of what I don't like, shift it on over to what I do like, which is available in regards to this post on pimphop.com. That's what I do like. Take your focus off of what doesn't work, shift it over to who and what does work. Take your mind off of what you don't have, put it on what you do have. Each one of those leads to an increase. Count your blessings, they will increase. So we already started off with the count, if I remember correctly, and it's just on with the show. Plus we got vacation as a vocation. It's working, see it into existence, and what you see is what you get. As far as all the technicalities with the internet is concerned and trying to work out, trying to get people to do this and people to do that, I just learned that people need to really be responsible for themselves a little bit more and make their own decisions. If things not working, need to make some changes. But even if you don't, the only way possible for there to be change is if an individual makes it. Nobody can make it for you. Nobody can make it for me. So I'll just make this little change, and the reason I didn't list a date for today, an exact date, usually is Sunday school lessons, is because this I may very well leave on the table just for the rest of the week, so I can really concentrate on how to get the best results possible. Use the good old-fashioned profile image from pimphop.com, me and the woman in pink, won't say her name, but that's a really symbolic picture, a lot going on there, and I consider it more as a work of art. And interestingly enough, that's what I found fascinating about Jay-Z's album cover for Magna Carta Holy Grail. It represents duality, and I said, man, this sure does look familiar, but there's more to it than meets the eye, or maybe to some people it opens up. It's all open to interpretation because that's art. So that's how we're keeping it, and I like that picture. Probably time to take some more, but interestingly enough, good things happen whenever I post that picture and stay focused on it. Keeps me in the game for some odd reason. So take my mind off of what I don't like, what don't feel right, and put it on what does feel right, and continue to increase with it. But this is me month. We really don't have a time limit, but it's on with the show, but authentic conversation. I just want to ask y'all that question and ask myself that question, make some little adjustments. What's in it for me and mines? Me and mines is important to me. First letter N important is I. I am important. I come first and important. So that's how we keep it, and there needs to be some kind of balancing effect. Maybe add some African Americans into the dynamics of internet business. Say Americans have a huge problem with entitlement. You asking people for something in exchange. Sometimes people get offended, like you owe them something. Nah, nobody owe you shit. And usually those people are the ones that are in debt. But that's a secret between us. We just keep it 100. I use my mouth. That's one thing I do have. Learn how to use it effectively. And just speak it out there into existence. What's in it for me and mine? That's what the post says. Self-interest analysis. Vacation as a vocation, September 2013. So that's the month, ninth month, 9 months, labor, birth. So we're keeping the show moving forward and see what manifests. But like I said, there's some kind of connection between whatever's focused on the internet and what takes place in real life. Can't necessarily say real life because there's such a convergence. So let's just say offline. There's a real definite connection between the things that happen offline and happen online based on what's on your mind, what's on my mind. And I often do wonder as of late how to actually share that. I long to get the same effects online as I do offline. It's like a different type of universe. Pretty well liked dude if you ask people that know me personally that are watching this online. How can we get that same effect? How can we be more authentic? But I just stay true to myself. What you see is what you get. And this is the type of approach that I like, so I guess I bump into those kind of people. They bump into me while we're out and about. But I also ask if we really need to even do that, because if you know, if I know something is what it is, you might could want to share for yourself. But too much is like trying to prove a point, and it's like the game says, if it's necessary to prove it to somebody else, well, there indicates a doubt on your part. You ain't absolutely certain yet, and that's something that's going to have to be investigated. But over here, we are all the way absolutely certain. There's work to be done, betterment to be made, but we definitely headed in the right direction. But that starts with the question and getting into the habit of asking that question, what's in it for me and mine? It kind of sounds strange for me as a generous person that I am, but it is what it is. And what it is a question in regards to what is in it for me and mine. Ultimately, it's probably the same old thing I could pretty much guarantee, which is continued victory, success, and leave you out a definite state of peace. So let's go ahead and leave this up. I'll holler at y'all. Thanks for tuning in if you did take some time to tune in, because maybe you can apply the same steps on your own, but focus on you, do you, and get yours. We can all get ours together, but we got to learn how to be dependent on ourselves. And I guess it's like they say, what's that, the movie? Notorious, Biggie Smalls movie. We can't change the world until we change ourselves, if we need to change. Other than that, I say one love.